they should have the movement, which is most important, and this is going to help you to draw faster, better, and more efficiently. It is also alright, I'm back with animation. Now I'm an animator. Okay, so this was not my plan. Alright, I have been gone for too long, like almost like around 2 months. So animation was not my plan. Alright, but I wanted to increase my speed. So I was like trying to do 2-3 paintings in a day, or maybe even more. Okay, and I was essentially focusing on fight scenes, okay, because they are very complicated. At least for me, they have very dynamic poses, but then I got bored of it. So I was like, fine, I'm gonna animate, okay, and I'm gonna learn to pose better characters from imagination. So that is why I decided to animate the famous Naruto versus Sasuke fight scene. Alright, because that is like pretty cool animation, and this fight scene in particular, which I'm going to show you in a moment, is the best fight sequence in probably all of anime, okay? And I'm practically noob at animation. I'm practically a beginner. I haven't done it before. I have done just one animation in my life, this electrode one that you can see on the screen right now, and maybe some animation practice. But this is my first ever animation. I copied it, granted, but still this is my first ever animation and I'm proud of it. Okay, and in this video I'm gonna explain it to you how I did that as a beginner and how you can do it too. But before that, please subscribe so that you do not miss out on any of the future videos. I'm gonna start uploading regularly soon, so please subscribe. So essentially I am using Clip Studio Paint Pro. Okay, so I only have like 24 frames to work with. I cannot animate more than 24 frames. Okay, so I took that restriction as an opportunity, okay, as a challenge, and I animated this fight scene. And I think it turned out pretty good, if I do say so myself. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. Okay, the first thing that I did was to take a reference. This particular scene or sequence of animation from Naruto that you are seeing on the screen right now. The next plan of action was to draw all of the 24 frames very roughly, okay? Very fast, very rough. I don't care if they are messy, so you gotta draw all of the 24 frames very rough. Alright, so all of these frames are like very rough. They are very messy, they are very rough, but they should have the energy, they should have the force, they should have the movement, which is most important, and this is going to help you to draw faster, better, and more efficiently. It is also going to improve your memory. It is also going to help you to understand the perspective, understand how to pose in perspective, how to bring out expressions in a pose. All right, then after the rough, which was the main thing, it was time to put down the fair sketch or the refined sketch. Okay, so these are all of the refined sketches. So while you're putting down the refined sketch, it is essential to keep your hand loose, alright, to follow the energy that you've built while you're drawing the rough. Okay, if you do not do that, if you keep perfecting everything, it just won't work. The paintings or the animation, the energy will fall down. Okay, it will just diminish. So keep that in mind. That is the most important thing while doing the refined sketch. So as you can see, this hand, these strokes still have a lot of energy. All right, so that is the most important thing. Even his hair has a lot of energy, and the sketch took me like almost a day or two. So to draw all these 24 frames, okay, I'm just a slow drawer, I don't know. Okay, so to draw all these 24 frames, it just took me like a day or two. All right. Okay, so after this, it was time for coloring all the 24 frames, and that took me another day or two. It was not just coloring. Okay, it was doing the flat colors, and then adding lighting to it, and then I had to render the water. So I had to keep the effects, the water effects when Sasuke falls on the water. Okay, I had to keep that in mind as well. Okay, I had to keep the expressions, how the lighting will fare when the camera is panning to a different location. Okay, so for example, in this scene, the lighting is coming from above, so the front of Naruto will always be in shadow, and this side will always be in light. Same goes for Sasuke. Then this was another challenge, that like, how do I color a character which is partially underwater, partially over water? So what I did was to just paint the water and put that on a multiply layer. Alright, so that was the thing, because I didn't want it to waste so much time figuring out how the colors will look underwater. Okay, so yeah, so I just used a multiply layer. Okay, so those are the challenges that you face. Okay, so you have to keep the lighting in mind. Okay, the light is coming from above, okay, and casting shadows below. All right, so you have to keep that in mind while coloring, and you have to consistently apply that lighting, that color to every frame that you draw, right? So yeah, and after coloring was done, it was time for some effects and smears. Okay, these effects and smears increase the effect of the animation. It indicates movement, okay, when the character is moving. So for example, look at this, he's punching in his belly, and this smear that I've shown in a skin color, it indicates the movement, the force of that punch. All right, and this effect is exaggerating, is showing off the power in the punch. All right, and I've done these smears to a handful of frames to indicate the movement of the character. So in this example, the hand is moving in this direction, so that is why the smear is like this, to indicate the motion of the hand. And look at this, while Sasuke is falling or flying through the air, I've indicated these action lines to indicate that is moving, okay, that is flying through the air, that is thrown off. Look at this, in every frame that is flying, I've shown that. And here he falls down in the water, and I've shown that action lines. All right, look at that, look at all these action lines, and these water droplets that are falling from his face, his hair, his hands, his shirt, or whatever. That enhances the effect of that animation or that painting or drawing or whatever you want to do it. Okay, and while he's looking up, I've shown more of these smears to indicate that he's looking up. Okay, even over here, he's kicked by Naruto, and his face just gets thrown up because of the kick. Okay, so that is why these smear lines exist. Okay, these indicate the fast motion of the head that is being thrown up. And even over here, Naruto is jumping up, so that is what these smear lines indicate. And then he throws that overhand blow on his head, and this shows the impact, and the smears show the movement, the force of the hand. So these effects are very important. Okay, without that, the animation or whatever you're drawing or animating or whatever you're doing won't have the essential effect. Okay, won't have the essential energy into it. All right, so remember that. And if you look at the animation with and without the effects, you will immediately notice the difference. So this is without the effects and the smears, and this is with the effects and smears. Did you notice the difference? the one with the smears is much more fluid. It looks much more fluid, okay? And also I have used a lot of techniques in this animation. So for example, the first 1 and 2 frames are almost freeze frames, so they indicate that Naruto is standing, and they pause that scene for a moment instead of just showing everything one after the other. And the last 2 frames are almost like a freeze frames. They have some movement between the 2 of them, but these are almost identical. These are almost similar. All right. So yeah, they act like freeze frames. All right. The third frame is a wind up frame. So his hand winds up backward before punching. All right. His hind leg goes backward. His front leg goes forward. Okay. And his head falls down. So look at this. This is 2 and this is third. This is the second frame. This is third frame. So look at that. Okay. This is not on the level of the actual animation because I only had like 24 frames to work with. Okay. So, but still that creates the effect, that gives the effect. All right. So yeah. And then after the third frame, after this wind up frame, immediately the fourth frame is a punch to his gut. So that creates the power that is needed in that animation. So look at this. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. So keep that in mind. Okay. So yeah, so I'm not gonna be an animator because this literally took me like a week to animate. All right, and this was just 4-second video, 3 or 4-second video at 6 frames a second. All right, so imagine if I were to try to make a 1-minute video, all right, a 1-minute animation, how long that would take. Like probably a month or 2. I don't even know, but I respect the animators that do this. Right, I have huge respect for them, and I'm going to learn these animation tricks to improve my drawings, to improve my paintings, to improve my art, and maybe I will do some animations in the future. Who knows? But yes, you can. My point is, you can learn a lot of things to improve your art, to improve your drawing from doing animation. For example, you can learn to draw very fast. That is the most important thing. Okay, you can learn to paint very fast. All right, you can learn to have the force that is needed in every motion. Okay, so that will give you the energy and the force in your paintings. So yeah, and that's it. Please subscribe for more content, okay, because it's coming soon, very soon. All right, and until next time, I'll see you later. Goodbye.